Hello. Okay. Alright. I know. It's been a minute. Okay. Hi. 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 Okay. Hello. It's been a hot minute, I know. I'm going to start off today by giving you the tour of the house as it was the day that we got the keys, or the day after we got the keys. So let's get on with that, and then after that I'll have a little life update chat with you. Okay, kicking off in the living room. So we've got some furniture over here, but yes, this will be the living room, obviously, and the backyard for what it's called at this point. But yeah, fairly decent space despite my initial misgivings, but that is that. And obviously the backyard out to here. It's already got some of the things over here, obviously. And skipping over here to the kitchen, and obviously got boxes and things, so you won't be able to see proper good thing, but have these huge pantry, this huge pantry. So lots and lots of space there. Fridge space, and I think, oh yes, they're soft clothes. Fridge space, and up here is usually where I typically keep medicines and things, above the fridge. Then we've got another cupboard in here. This will be where the microwave goes, the oven, stovetop. I quite like these tiles. I like the texture in them. They need a bit of a clean, but they're good. And there's that, dishwasher. Then all of this is storage. So lots and lots of space under there. This is a pull-out. I don't really like how it goes, but it's a pull-out bin space. So that's where the bins will go. I'm not sure I really like that, but yeah, whatever. Dishwasher under the sink here, and the top drawer for all of that, and it's actually soft close, but I don't think any of the others are. Nope. Then under here, I forgot to show you, we have these, and these are not soft close either. Two drawers there, which is great. Okay, then we have the dining room space. So that is it there. Obviously lots of boxes, but there's that. In the hall here, no lighting, but I have storage that I've already started to unpack in here. So massive linen cupboard. I don't know where any of the lights are, so turning things on. There we go. So got this where the internet will go, which is a priority right now. And then yeah, just storage on both sides. Entranceway, I'm thinking of getting a shoe rack right about here. So it's not very focused, but we just got our big mellow mat there that's going to go in the little kids room. But yeah, maybe a shoe rack here, kind of entrance dumpway. Here is one bedroom. So they all have these double sliding doors with hanging space and storage up the top and shelving. Oh, it looks like one of the shelves has dropped down, but yeah, that will be different, having shelving. Here is the laundry, and again, light switch. So I love this blue tile, it's so pretty. So we got that, laundry sink. You know how taps work. Hopefully our washing machine fits in here, because if not, we're screwed. And we have laundry door and more of the backyard space. This is where I'm hoping to put the catio. So yeah, just something so the cats can come and go out of here, but so that, yeah. And we have toilets, we've already brought this over, and bathroom. So this is the kids' bathroom, or the main bathrooms. We've got this massive tub. It's hard to see which light we can put on. There we go. So it's lighting. Nice tub. Goes all the way to the wall, so ease of clean, which is one thing I wanted to look at. And so much easy cleaning in here. Only thing is this plug doesn't seem to work in terms of okay, so for whatever reason it doesn't close up, but anyway, I don't know if that's necessary. We've got drawers in here. I wonder if these are soft close. Yes. Is this soft close? Yes. That's nice. So there's that. And the shower head. Love it. Look at that. Double shower head. Be amazing. And looks pretty easy to clean. Just lots of chrome. Just make sure the kids keep this one nice and clean. I love the built-in storage, which is amazing. And then we have my bedroom, or our bedroom. I'm thinking this is where I'll put the bed. I just brought the mattress cover over to just see where it would fit. So I think this is where I prefer to keep the bed, although could have it that way. It would fit there, obviously. But I like the idea of waking up and looking out the window each morning. Although right now I just see a bin. But yeah, that's what I would like to be doing each morning rather than looking at a blank wall. Okay, here's the piece of resistance. Check it out. I won't know myself in this closet. It is massive. So, super stoked with this. Shelving like I've never had before. Lots of storage up the top there, which is amazing. And that will be great. And then in here, see if I can find the right light. Nope. Nope. Haha, here we go. So, coming into the ensuite. And there's a bit of shower. Needs a bit of a clean here, but that's okay. That won't take much. Same shower head as in the other one. That gorgeous blue tile that was in the other one, and it goes all the way over to the vanity. So I just put some tissues over yesterday because there's no toilet paper. So there's that, and then I have drawers, soft clothes, and under sink storage. Amazing. This tap plug does work, so that's how this is how the other one is supposed to go. But anyway, can't imagine I need it very often. There's that. I'm loving that. And you know, just your dunny, standard dunny in there. Okay, so this is technically the media room, but it will be the little kids' room, so they will share this room. It's got that big window there. So I'm thinking this is where Rosie's bed will go, and then yes, Rosie's bed here, and then I think Jonah's bed over there, so he will have the window. I'm undecided. Maybe Rosie's bed there and Jonah's bed here. Yeah, that might be better. Yeah, we'll figure it out anyway. They'll at least have some space in here. That is all theirs. It's very large, so yay. And in here will be my office. So you'll see a lot of this space. Mirrors as well, obviously, because it is a bedroom. But yeah, this will be my office. So yay! Already started to get the stuff in here. And yeah, don't really know how that's set up. There's one other bedroom that will be Maeve's. Prefer not to show that just because of, for her privacy and protection. This will be Maeve's room, and I prefer not to show how it's laid out. But yeah, she'll have this space. So that's it as it was on that day. There's been lots of changes since then, obviously, because we've moved lots of furniture in. I have done lots of decluttering, not all of which are captured. I've gotten some cleaning stuff, but the reality is that, as I've alluded to in my posts and in the last video and everything, I've really been struggling mentally. My mental health has taken a severe nosedive. February was the hardest month ever. And then March, just, I was playing catch up, and we're already, what, the 7th of April. So my apologies. I am so sorry. I have read the messages where you've asked how I am, and I really, really do appreciate it. I intended to get a video up a week ago, but it just wasn't happening. Yeah, I've just been struggle city, not gonna lie. But I'm hoping I'm coming out the other side, and I just wanted to give you a little update. Okay, so I actually journaled a little bit of what I was thinking, because I couldn't really get in my head, I couldn't actually find the words to say what I needed to say. Oh, I can't move the desk up, but anyway, let's just read that to you, shall I? And then hopefully we can catch up properly. Let me just find them. Right, so it's no secret that I've been struggling. The ending of the chapter of the old house was really sad for me. I was actually quite surprised at how much it affected me physically and emotionally. Put a lot into that old house, and I don't know why. It triggered a lot of things, I think, which, you know, stands to reason, I guess. Let me just increase this so I can read it properly. Let's pop you over here a little bit. There we go. I guess some of what it triggered was about being a renter. I feel a lot of shame for whatever reason around that at my age. Still renting a house with a family, that sort of thing. But I guess, you know, circumstances and life, and that's just the way that it is. But weirdly, I felt shame about it. I don't judge others for it, but apparently I don't apply the same understanding to myself. So there's that. Else had told me, or if anyone told me that they were in a rental, I wouldn't even think twice about it. Like, I don't know why I apply that harsh judgment to myself, but that's what I do. So what can I say? You know, some of the choices that I made as a younger person definitely impacted that reality, but also the sacrifice that I made, or the privilege that I had to get to stay home with my children for over 10 years. And that's the reality. We were a single income family for all of that time. I have 4 kids. That's just the reality of it. And sure, we probably could have made some lifestyle changes that would have seen us in a different position, and I'm not going to deny that, but yeah, it just, there's no point in making excuses for things, or, you know, not taking responsibility for choices, but also not beating oneself up, not beating myself up for stuff that just is what it is. You know, I could beat myself up for all of that, and yeah, just, you know, have lots of regrets for choices that I made, but at the end of the day, that's not going to change anything. So I just got to accept it and move on, and acknowledge that, you know, different choices could have been made, and that's the way that it is, but I can make different choices going forward. So that's the plan. If I had $1 for every time that someone said, oh, you're way too hard on yourself, I wouldn't have to worry about the choices that I made. Be very wealthy. Like I said, I went through really super low space. I think I'm still there a little bit. I was crying a lot. I was crying after I dropped the kids to school. I was crying on my way to work. I was crying between meetings. I was crying anytime I was on my own. I was crying in the shower and in bed, and I was just a lot of crying. I didn't know I could cry so much. Even now, having conversations with people, I tend to like just get all choked up and teary, and yeah, it's not good where I've been. I also then got to a point where I was like really disconnected and uncaring and kind of like just like meh, you know, care factor nil. I was finding that I was having panic attacks just randomly for no apparent reason, just that tight, anxious feeling. And then like I'd just be going about my day-to-day and I would feel very panicked and anxious, so not a lot of good. Anyway, I have had the last 7 days off, which has been really good. Having said that, the first couple of days, or a lot of them, have been spent sick. So I was really sick on Wednesday, couldn't even move. The kids have been sick on and off. It's just been not as relaxing as one would hope. Cry in meetings and stuff like that, which was somewhat embarrassing. My work has been good. My boss has been amazing. My colleagues have been phenomenal. I've been extremely lucky in that regard. People are understanding. The only person who hasn't been in the slightest understanding or anything has been myself. I have not given myself a lot of reprieve or understanding, so no shock horror there. The house move triggered some kind of trauma response in me, and without going into too many details, earlier this year I realized that 2024 is the mirror image in terms of the calendar dates of 1996, which was a very significant year for me, friendship and family wise, and yeah, put me in a position where, without saying too much, I was homeless. And so I guess when the rental of the house fell through and, you know, we were looking for somewhere, it triggered that feeling of loneliness, homelessness. I don't know, it was a lot. I was 17 when that all happened. In fact, I was actually only 16 when it all happened, and my mum was in another state. So I don't know, it just triggered stuff that I wasn't expecting to feel this year. Anyway, it was really good things that happened in 1996 too, and some of that are the friendships that I have still to this day. So there's that. Couldn't have got through it. They know me better than me. I don't know why they're still my friends, but they are, and I'm very blessed. So while all that's been going on for me, there's been a lot going on for my kids as well, and my husband. So I've been kind of shouldering all of that as well, trying to hold it together in front of all of them. And yeah, we've all had our own stuff going on individually, but also obviously as a family. Then you try to like buffer it for everyone. Reality is my brain is prone to depression and anxiety, so you know, the circumstances triggered it, and that was just what was going to happen. I guess I just had to like power through that and kind of experience it. However challenging it was, I am very used to having these depressive lows, so it is what it is. One thing is, knowing what I know about my brain and how it works is one thing, and knowing logically the things that I need to do in order to help myself out of that depressive slump and that anxiety kind of realm is one thing, but actually being able to do it is a whole other thing. And that's the thing with depression, like, you know logically what you need to do, cognitively it's all very much there, at least how it presents for me. Like, I can't speak for other people, but for me, I know what I need to do, but I have no, like, there's nothing in me to do it. So I know that I have to seek support and see a doctor and get a referral to a mental health plan and eat better, exercise more, sleep more, practice self-compassion, remember my self-worth, remember who I am, and just generally be good to myself. But depression just wouldn't let me do it. I went through the motions. I was physically showing up, you know, still presenting to meetings and showing up to work and completing the basic tasks of everything, but I wasn't going above and beyond, and I was checked out. I was just physically incapable, just flat. And knowing that I wasn't showing up for my family the way that they deserved, that just compounded things. A few of the things that I have been doing to kind of help me out of the slump is try to practice that self-compassion, take the pressure off time frames and things like that, trying to do all of that. Little things that I'll share coming up, like getting outside into the sun first thing in the morning and just, you know, getting some sleep and just practicing self-compassion and giving myself grace and organizing little bits here and there, setting a to-do list, completing tasks, little tasks, very minor, but just trying to get all little bits done and just giving myself grace for having done that. I'm going to read this word for word because I spent a long time sort of writing it and it helped me feel good, so I want to just share this with you. But I've spoken before about imagining that I'm a car on the road of life, and that things that matter are a part of the car. And I think originally I talked about the tires being like home, heart, body and soul, and them needing to be well maintained and you know, full of air and all of that sort of stuff in order for the car to keep going down the road of life. But I've been thinking about it a little bit more, and maybe it's more about the whole car, and you know, that the wheels are perhaps the home, like it's got to keep going, and maintaining them and keeping that full of air and organized and sorted helps the car to move forward. And then the heart is the engine, so obviously the kids, my family, my friends, all of the moving parts of my life go into the engine, you know, and making sure that that's maintained and checked in on and taken care of. Then B of the car is obviously my physical appearance and well-being, keeping it clean and moving, making sure all the little bits like the handles are working and all of that sort of stuff. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but if I just think about, you know, taking care of my physical and mental well-being, being that part that other people see, I guess, and the exterior. And then the soul is the mechanics on the inside, so the navigation system and the radio, the things that, you know, the direction that I'm going is the navigation system, and that's what my soul keeps me going. The radio, what I'm listening to, what I'm watching, what I'm, you know, where, you know, what's playing on the radio definitely plays an impact. And if I'm letting myself be negative and listen to self-talk and dread and horror and doom and gloom, then obviously that's where my brain's gonna go. So I hope that the way that I said that made sense, because obviously I didn't read it word for word. You know, I also am very aware that anxiety and depression remain passengers in my car, like they're things that I live with. And if I'm not taking care of the wheels and the engine and the, you know, the radio and the exterior, then they're like, time to take the wheel, and they pop in the driver's seat and they zoom me onto this crazy highway where I don't have time to stop and do any of those things, and I don't make time to change the radio station because it's going so fast, and I just kind of let them take over, I guess. You know, the expectations of others, like keeping up the speed of the other people on the road, come in, and what else, you know, worry and insomnia. I've got to stay awake, I've got to be careful of everything that's around me. All of those sorts of things start to be a reality when you're on that fast-paced highway to who knows where. I don't even know where the highway's going because I'm just surviving. It's just pure survival mode on that road, and it's just chaos. You know, other passengers get in, like I said, junk food and just general other people's negative perception, you know, anger and irritation come in to be passengers as well, road rage, things like that. So yeah, it's just, you know, really busy, chaotic highway. At some point though, the fuel runs out, and I might have been putting the unhealthy fuel in the engine, or, you know, in the motor or whatever, in the body of the car, with junk food and soft drinks and just unhealthy general thoughts and things. And so I have no choice but to pull over, and that's where I'm kind of at this point. I'm pulled over on the side of the highway. There's steam coming out of the engine. There's passengers, like of the, you know, unwelcome passengers of other people's expectations, and poor health, and junk food piled up, and just, you know, foul moods and things like that. That's just streaming out. The tires are flat, the windscreen is so dirty I can't see where I'm going, the navigation system's on the blink, it's not working, the radio is just playing like end of the world stuff, like yeah, it's not pretty. So yeah, now it's just time for me to pull over, find a service station, empty out the car of the rubbish and leave those unnecessary passengers behind, put some good quality fuel in the engine and take a rest, have some healthy food and change the radio station, get the navigation system looked at, all of that sort of stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. You know, put air in the tires and maybe take some time to just read the manual a little bit and reconnect a little bit with myself and take time out. Anxiety and depression got in my head and made me feel like a disappointment and a failure. That's what they do. And they take me down off the highway into dark places and then spam back onto the highway. When I was in my early 20s, they took me onto a really dark road. So I'm very aware how to avoid that road, and I'm pretty good at doing that, and I haven't been there for a long time, but that is because I remember my husband and my kids and my family and, you know, this community. I don't go down that road anymore, but it was the closest I've been for a long time, so I have to be very, very conscious of that. And I am, like I said, on the side of the road trying to get my stuff together right now, and your patience and your kindness has really helped, knowing that you guys are there even though I'm letting you down. There's that passenger. But I'm coming back. I'm at the truck stop, I'm at the service station, I'm getting good fuel, I've rested. I'm gonna take a few scenic routes back to the way, you know, having a little bit more order and sorted, a bit more air in the tires has helped. So I'm working on my office right now. I've got the kitchen sorted, I've gotten on top of the laundry, I've got, you know, a couch, and things are feeling a little bit more settled here. The chapter of the old house is done and dusted. Hopefully I never have to deal with that again. Yeah, so I'm coming back and I'm gonna be okay, and I share all of that because, you know, there's every chance that you've all been there at some point, or you know someone who's been there, and all I can say is just let them know you're there, and you know, don't be offended if they don't feel like they want to share exactly what's going on, because sometimes you just don't want to be a burden, and sometimes depression and anxiety make you think that, or they minimize how you feel and make out like you're being dramatic and over the top. And trust me, they've been there yelling that at me. But I'm working at coming back, and I will, because this is my happy place. Depression and anxiety got in my head and told me that I shouldn't share this stuff, that I'm of no great importance, and that's true. Like, maybe I shouldn't, and maybe I'm not, but maybe if there's one person out there who feels a little bit better because they can see me powering on, and that, you know, maybe they feel a little bit more inspired to, you know, wipe down the counter, or, you know, clear the surface of something, journal to themselves, pull over under the shade of a tree and take a walk outside in the fresh air, brush your hair, brush your teeth, just something so that depression and anxiety don't have that hold over you as much. Definitely pull into the mechanic, check in with your mental health professionals. There are links in my description box always for around the world places that you can reach out to if you're at that point. Just don't let others decide, others being physical beings in your world, or depression and anxiety decide what's happening for you, because you're in there still as much as they're driving the wheel, and you might be sitting way down the back close to the boot or the trunk, whatever you call it. Yeah, I'm here on the road with you, whether I'm a little far ahead and you're coming down the track, or yeah, I don't know, is that even working anymore, that description? But that's how I kind of imagine it. So with all that being said, I hope that you get something out of this, that you've heard me okay, because I'm talking really softly. This house is so tiny, everyone can hear everything. I swear to God, that's been a big adjustment. There will be some brighter, happier messages coming, but I just felt like I owed you a little bit of an explanation about my absence. I am back to work tomorrow, which I'm not gonna lie, fills me with a little bit of dread. Not because of work, but just because I don't feel like I'm fully rested yet, but I'm almost done with the house, so that helps me feel a little bit better. The kids are still on school holidays, so we're not having to deal with that so much. So I'm just gonna potter along this week and catch up and focus the hours of work in the hours that is work, and then leave it behind, because I missed my boundaries there a little bit and started to let work kind of take over outside of work hours. I'm not going to do that anymore. I am studying. I am doing one unit at uni, so I have an assignment due next week, which I'm going to work on shortly, right after I've edited this video and got it up. I'm going to aim for 1 video a week. That's the max, so I'll keep you posted. I'll start showing up a little bit more in the messages and things like that. I hope I don't lose too many of you, but this is life, ups and downs and in betweens. And I shall chat with you in the comments below. Depending on my energy levels, I may just be able to do a heart emoji. Just know I appreciate it, and thank you for being here. Okay, cheers.